Welcome back to my Ask a Knitter series, where I answer common questions that come up when I'm teaching. In today's lesson, I want to talk a little bit about something that is close to my heart, which is positive ease and fitting your sweaters. Love designing garments, but I get an awful lot of questions about how you fit and what the different sizes are. So today we're going to dig into that. Now, if you're enjoying this series, make sure you subscribe so that you're not going to miss anything in the series. But for now, let's get into the lesson. I want to talk all about positive ease today and kind of tied in with that, fitting your sweater and how you go about measuring yourself and what ease even is anyway. So first thing you want to know is your body size and how that relates to the size that you're going to knit. So when you've got a pattern, it may say, there's a couple of different things you'll see in it. Some of them might just have sizings. It might say small, extra small, large, medium, you may just have sizes like that. Other ones might go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then underneath what you should see is either the sizings that corresponds with, which may be the bust size that they expect them to fit, or it might be the actual finished measurements. So those can be really confusing, particularly if there's a whole series of different measurements and if you've no idea what size your actual bust is anyway, because very often people don't. Because when I knit my first sweater, I just went by garment size. I'm like, I'd like something that's a little bit on the looser side. I don't want a very tight fitting one, so I'll just knit the medium size. But I never actually turned around and looked at the schematic. So what the schematic is going to give you is, it will tell you what the actual dimensions are when you finish knitting. And that's king, that's everything. That's what's going to give you the information that you need to be able to make an educated decision on how to size it. And then the other bit of the puzzle, or the information that you need, is going to be in relation to your own bust size. Because I never measured myself. I just assumed that I could go by garment size and that would be enough. But if you're going to be knitting for yourself and you want something to fit well, then just taking that one extra step can make all the difference, because you know what your size is, you know what one is going to fit you, and if you know once you finish today what positive ease is, you can put the two together. So the first step is you're going to measure your bust. So this lady over here is my volunteer, and we're going to measure the bust size. Generally speaking, it's useful to have someone help you with it, but you can do it yourself if you're very careful. You wouldn't be measuring with a cardigan on like this. You're going to want to wear it with just like a vest or a light undergarment, so that you're getting close to your bust size. Also, this is very firm. It's not very squishy, so it's much easier for me to measure this. When you're measuring yourself, you can squeeze, you can make things a lot tighter. So don't pull too tightly. You want it snug enough that you're getting an accurate measurement, but not so snug that it's going to actually distort the size that you're getting. And the other thing to bear in mind is the kind of bra you're wearing, because some bras, if they're very padded, can actually add at least an extra inch onto the size you're measuring. So if you always wear a bra like that, then measure with that on. If you only sometimes wear it, then kind of maybe measure with both and see what the difference is. But like what you're wearing underneath will make quite a big difference in relation to the bust size. So garments are usually given with bust sizes as the actual finished size, or that's how they're sized. It's not going to be accurate for everyone, particularly if you've got a larger bust size, then it's going to skew it a little, because the rest of your body might be smaller. But that was in the previous video, so make sure you subscribe so that you can actually watch all the series and you're not going to miss any of them, because I'm kind of just talking around garment construction, different things you're going to need to think about as you're putting them together yourself. And if you've got a question that's really been bugging you that you'd like answered, just pop them in the comments so that we can talk about it. So back to measuring yourself. You're going to want to put it around your bust size, around your bust, and I'll turn it sideways here. You want to make sure that it's straight. You see how you want the line of this to be in line with the back here. So if this was all the way down here, you're going to get a much longer stretch than the actual bust size. And that's why having someone to help you can help, because they're more likely to be, you can hold the front and they can check that it's straight all the way along. And at that point, doesn't matter if you measure in centimeters or inches, you can just very carefully pull it across like this. So with this, see I'm saying you can pull it really tight. You don't want to do that. You just want it snug enough that there's no slack, but not so tight that it is going to compress anything. So in this case, we're getting 37 inches for this bust size. So this lady is 37 inches, and that's her body size. Now that's the first part that you're going to see within a pattern. The next thing you're going to see is you have to figure out what size you knit, and that's where our positive ease comes into play. When you put a garment on, you usually don't want it skin tight or as tight as your bust size. So if you had no ease and the bust size, like she is over here, was 37 inches, then you'd find a finished size that was 37 inches. Zero ease, nothing to give. Anything in terms of putting it on or stretch or extra layers underneath will be accommodated by the stretchiness of the fabric itself. So that would be zero ease. But if most people want to wear something with some positive ease, and that means that you're adding some size. So you're going to, if you wanted to make something that had 2 inches of positive ease, you'll take your finished bust size, which would be the 27 inches, and add 2 inches. So you're looking for a finished size of around 39 inches. If you wanted 4 inches of positive ease, you take that 37 inches, add 4 inches to it, and you're going to come out with something around 41 inches. So you can see how, depending on the amount of ease you like to wear personally, you can actually figure out what size on the pattern you're going to knit. And it's also why sometimes several sizes in a pattern may work depending on how much ease you like. There's no one size fits all. Oh gosh, it's a terrible pun. One size fits all. But basically you can decide which way you prefer to wear it, and you can pick the size based on that. So that's kind of just a general idea of how positive ease works. Now, sometimes in patterns you won't necessarily have the finished size written up at the top, and if that's the case, what you're going to want to do is go to the schematic, because the schematic are the numbers exactly as knit. So if you've got, it may have it, if it's flat in pieces, it might just show you the width of it, and it might say 20 inches. So you know there's a front and a back together. So the bust size from that is going to be 40 inches. So you can use the schematic to find the actual sizes and the numbers in there. So just be careful when you're reading to figure out whether it's the finished sizes or the suggested wearing sizes, so that you can make your own informed decision on how much ease you want in your garment. I hope you've enjoyed today's video in our Ask a Knitter series. If you want to make sure that you see the next videos coming up, then ensure that you subscribe. Coming up next in the series is going to be all about negative ease. So just watch the next video to see all about our negative ease. And thank you for watching.